Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Sundays with Sully. So you guys can tell we're not in the studio. I'm actually outside here in the cold in Maine, and we're going to be talking about Starlink today. Before we dig into that, guys, you know the spiel. I got to say it anyway. Make sure to give us a like, follow, subscribe, share on YouTube to stay up to date and in the know with the latest happenings in the marine industry, plus all the cool builds we've got going on and all the sea trials and everything else. You're going to want to make sure to give us a follow. All right, that spiel is out of the way, guys. Let's dig into Starlink. That has become a very popular topic. We've been doing a smattering of installs, but it is on a massive trajectory upwards for all of our clients. So we figured, let's get a video out there. Let's talk about it. So let's start off right from the top and work our way down, guys. You're gonna notice right here, this is the RV in motion dish. So it's not a small dish, guys. You kind of get a scale with the radar in front there to kind of give you a size of it. So we need to give consideration to the footprint of where this is going to go. We also need to have in that consideration is, what is our view of the sky? As we look here, this is on the back section of this brand new Southport, and that's actually wedged back, giving us a nice view aft of the sky, and it is staying out of the way of our radar that's up front there. The only real obstruction we're going to be dealing with is this nav light right here, and that I'm willing to give that up. That's a small sliver of the sky obstruction-wise to have to give up to be able to get the best optimum performance out of this. So we need to make sure of that. We also have to understand that because this thing is also in line with the radar, performance is going to be affected by the Starlink antenna. You need to give consideration to that. We've kind of understood that if you're going to be doing these type of an install, if you're going to be streaming, you're going to be doing internet, if your radar is on, you're probably not going to be streaming 4K and watching TV. So you have to understand where our limitations are and what we can work with on that. So that's that. We got the wedge. It allows for the water runoff on there. And this is also facing aft so that the connector that you can kind of see right there is also on the aft side. So we're not dealing with as much of a water intrusion problem. We're trying to be as preventative as we can with that. Now, that is not the best wire. It's not the best. We do our best to seal it up. We shmoo it up, we put it in there, we seal it up, and we keep it facing aft, and we have the downward angle on it, so we're giving it every fighting chance for it. But we've got that going on right there. So now, why would you want to have this? Well, the speeds are incredible, and we're going to get to that in a second. But let's talk about the rest of this install here. As we make our way going down here, you guys are going to notice we've got, obviously our hardtop. We're going to have a wire run down. It's going to come down the pipe here. And then as we look underneath here, guys, you're going to see the two Starlink boxes right here. So we've got both of those. They're installed here, very easy to access, but no real serviceable here. It's just, your connections. There's not much else really going on with those. So it's worth noting, though, guys, that is AC powered. It is 110 power for that. Now, on a boat like this, and on most of the boats we're installing them on, that's fine. They already have an inverter or a generator, so we're not worried about the power source. You can do a converter. We've messed around with a little bit of the DC side and powering these, but in our instances, why reinvent the wheel? Let's stay with AC power. We plug it in, we run it off the inverter, you're good to go. So now with that allows us on this boat to have Apple TV running right here on this 86 22-inch display. We go ahead, I can bring that back in. You see, there we go. Incredibly fast speeds. Everything works really, really well. Loads very quick. And there's also a really handy, as I bring this up here, guys, a very handy app you can put right on your phone to set this up. So now if I go ahead and I do a speed test on this, we're going to go ahead and do a little quick recording and editing in and all that good jazz. You're going to see the kind of speeds that we are able to pull with this. And mind you, this is a big building on one side, trees on the other side. It's not the best case scenario for performance on this, guys. And you'll see we're already at 116. Earlier this morning, we were seeing speeds over 200. So incredibly fast data downloads. And that's while we have the Apple TV in here playing. We have another Apple TV down in the bunk room playing. And we're also streaming on an iPad. So we've got a whole lot of stuff going on here. And this thing is handling it effortlessly. And like I said, everything's really easy via the app. Everything's taken care of there. So yeah, that is a quick rundown of the Starlink system as we are installing them on boats. It's worth mentioning, we only do the RV in motion antennas at this time. That's that bigger one. We do not do the smaller ones here, less moving parts. That is a fixed antenna, so we don't have to worry about it as much. So it's less moving parts. Let's keep things simple. So that's just why we're doing that one. It's a little bigger, but it's worth it in the long run. So I know there's gonna be a lot of questions and a lot of comments, so leave them down below. Let's dig into this conversation some more. We've got a ton more of these installs coming forward, because with these installs are now allowing us to do a lot more cool stuff. We've got some stuff coming down the pipe with iris cameras and being able to remote monitor the boat, because now we have high-speed internet. We can now tap into cameras, and those same cameras can then be used on the Garmin system. So a lot of really neat and cool stuff happening here, guys. So stay tuned. Like I said at the beginning, make sure to give us a follow, like, subscribe, share on YouTube, and we'll be back next week. I don't know what we got, but you're going to want to tune in and find out. Peace.